And hello everyone, I am back with another flashlight review, and today I have the Lumintop SD26, and it comes in a typical Lumintop brown box here, very recyclable-ish, and has some information on the back regarding the operation or the features of the light. It's written in very small print, so it's a tad difficult to see, but as we go along here we'll reveal some of this. So again, this is the SD26, and it's a compact light, just less than 5 inches long, and weighs about 7 ounces, including the battery, which incidentally is a 26650. So it's compact, but I wouldn't call it terribly small. But it is a good size, a good feeling size in the hand and so forth, and puts out a nice bright light. So as we see here, this is the flashlight, just under 5 inches long, and it has some nice knurling on here, similar to what I've seen on previous Lumintop lights, and the only switch is on the side. So right here, Lumintop SD26, there you go. Now the LED, let me just check my little cheat sheet here. The LED in this case is one that I'm not, it is an XP-L, but it's not an XP-L high. It's an XP-L HD, which I'm not particularly familiar with. This is the first time I've heard of an HD along with the XP-L name. And perhaps there'll be more coming out. But it has a nice beam, in a sense that it's not. I mean, it's a little bit wider. The hot spot is wider than you would see in an XP-L high flashlight, of which we've seen many in the past several months and so forth, which have a very narrow focused beam. This is slightly narrow and focused, but not so much as an XP-L high is. So anyway, there's nothing on the bottom except their emblem here, and its tail stands just perfectly. Let's take a look at the rest of the box here before we get too far in. So inside this little compartment here, you have the little manual of sorts, which doesn't tell you a whole lot, just some little basic bits of information here. It is rechargeable too, so you do have the micro USB port on there, and they do give you the accessories here to use that. So they tell you here how to change the brightness. They tell you about strobe, SOS, and aviation mode, which is slightly hidden. They tell you about the low battery indication, which is more so here of the charging aspect of it. And you can also lock and unlock the light. And it does tell you when the battery is low, and when the battery is charging. It's pretty much the same type of warning. So anyway, that's that. Now inside here, which of course is the belt holster, nice and rugged, you do get the USB cable, micro USB for charging, and you get this little packet here, which has a couple of O-rings and a spare USB port cover. And dig deep inside, and you get a very orange and rather sturdy looking adjustable lanyard. And is there anything else, or is that it? Am I to the end of the presents? Yes, I am. Okay, no more presents. All right. So those are the hidden goodies in there, which are pretty good. As you can see, you do not get a pocket clip because it is a 26650 light, which makes the barrel a little bit too wide for a pocket clip. So hence, of course, the holster and the lanyard, a couple of different ways of carrying it. So you can shove it in your pocket, obviously, if you want. If it's a big pocket, it's just going to fall to the bottom because there's no clip. So anyway, putting all this stuff out of the way, and let me take off the tail cap. And here you have a nice big spring in there. There's also one up inside the tube, and this will help to secure the battery in case of shocks and so forth. And I believe it should, well, yes, I know that it also means that the batteries will work whether they're flat top or button top. I happen to have a flat top right here. This is a 26650 IMR, as it happens to be, but you don't have to use IMR. I don't think they recommend any particular type of 26650, whether it's protected or not, but you can use both. And these threads here are excellent. They are good. They are good threads for they're square threads, so you can lock the light out simply by turning the cap a quarter turn, or you can do what they say in the instruction manual and press and hold and wait for the light to come on, wait for the light to come off, and then hold it for another 8 seconds or so until the light flashes, and then it'll be in lockout mode. But then the way you unlock it is to do this. So maybe might as well just do that in the first place and then do that again so you can use it. It's a very simple push-button operation, but before I get to that, let me tell you a little bit more about the light here and its features. You have 5 regular modes. There's Moonlight at 1 lumen, low at 45, medium at 170, high at 530, and turbo at 1000. And turbo does ramp down to about 600 lumens after a while, but I haven't quite determined how long it does that. I left it on for a few minutes and it didn't do anything. It does eventually ramp down. It may actually even be over an hour that it will last on the turbo mode, but I haven't verified that. The beam distance will go about 205 meters, and the voltage goes to 8.4. That's as high as it will accept. It's also underwater safe. It is submersible to 2 meters IPX8, and it's impact resistant to 1.5 meters. So there you go. And it also has a candle power of over 10,000. So to turn the light on, all you do is press the switch once, and you'll get instant light. Right now I happen to be in the turbo mode, so let me turn it down to Moonlight, and we'll turn a couple of lights off here. And I also want to just mention the charging aspect of it briefly, but hopefully I'll remember to do that in a minute. So right now I'm in Moonlight mode, which, as with most Moonlight modes, is very good for seeing in pitch dark and in reasonable distance in front of you. So as you can see here, this illuminates everything very well. And if you can tell that the center spot here is a little bit wider, looks like a great big sun. It is a little bit wider than most, or if not all, of the XP-L highs that I've seen. Not quite as focused, but of course it's also more of a spot than say an XML U2 or U3 would be. So it has a sort of a mid-range there. Anyway, we're still in Moonlight mode, and I actually wanted to do something in the other room there and make it just a tad darker, but even in this light we can see there in Moonlight. So let me punch it up. We're now in low mode, and here's medium, and here's high, and here's turbo. So we're at 1,000 lumens now, or thereabouts, which is the top mode. So as you can see, it does obviously very well inside, and if you want to check some outdoor beam shots, I would suggest going to my website, lightsandgear.com, where I do have a link below to the written review, which will show you approximately in a few photos or so what it can do outside. So you can check that out, and there's also a link there where you can pick the light up, since it was furnished by my friends at GearBest, and they've also given you a coupon to use. That code is also below. So again, all it does is cycle through the modes here. There is no instant access to any particular mode. You pretty much have to cycle through whatever you want, and you can cycle pretty fast. It can just keep going for as fast as you can push your finger on the button. Now it does have mode memory, so wherever I turn it off in, it will come back on in that mode, and the way you turn it off is to press and hold the button. Turning it on is as simple as pressing it. Turning it off is a hold and press. Now this is also how you get to the flashing modes. From the off position, and it has to be off, you have to press and hold the switch, and after a few seconds it'll go into strobe. Then just press it and you'll be in SOS, and just press it again and you'll be in location beacon. And if I continue to press it, it'll just keep cycling all the way through. So to turn it off, I've got to press and hold, and then it will shut off again. But that's how you get to the flashing modes. is from the off position, press and hold, wait a few seconds, and then strobe comes on. So that's how you do that. And as I say, it just has the regular modes there that you can cycle through. You can't get to turbo mode or moonlight mode at the press of the button. You do have to cycle through them. If, of course, you want it to come on in turbo mode, then you have to turn it off in turbo mode. So it's as simple as that. It is a fairly simple user interface, and I think it works reasonably well. And I mean, it is a nice light, and it has a nice beam, and it's a nice size, and it's good quality. And with a 26650 battery, it will last longer on the average charge than if it used a single 18650. So with that, you will get longer light, and it does mention that in the high mode, even after it's been on for turbo for a while and ramps down to high, it should stay in that mode for over 3 hours. So it, you know, with a 26650, given that I think it's probably tested with a 5000 mAh battery, which is typical for them, that you'll get pretty good runtime. Now, on the other side here of the head is the USB switch. Pull this back, and peekaboo, there it is. So you can put your micro cable in here, of course, and plug it in. And when you do so, this will turn green. So there is an indicator under the switch, and it will start flashing green as soon as you plug it in to show that it's charging. And once it's finished charging, the green will stay solid, or flashing green will go to constant green. And that's it. Haven't had a chance to really test out the current that it uses for charging. I did read somewhere that somebody said it was a full 2 amps, but I haven't quite experienced that yet. But that's what it does there. And as far as the low voltage battery indicator goes, it does the same thing. When the battery starts running low, the green will come on here, and it will start, it will flash. It will flash in green when the battery gets low, and if you don't do anything about it, after a time, the flashing will get faster and faster to say, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You know, charge the battery sooner, you won't have any light. That's basically that. Anyway, there you have it. Lumintop SD26. Hope you like it. Hope you like the video. Check out the Gear Best price below with a coupon. Check out the written review at lightsandgear.com with the outdoor shots. And join me next time for another flashlight review. And in the meantime, take it easy. See you later.